Welcome to another episode of OSFirstTimer. In this episode, Diana will be trying out OS2 Warp 4 released in 1996. Development of OS2 for the Personal System 2 line of computers began when IBM and Microsoft signed the Joint Development Agreement in August 1985. OS2 1.0 was released in December 1987 as a text-based operating system. However, a user interface similar to Windows 2.1 was added in October 1988 when OS2 1.1 was released. Due to the success of Windows 3.0 in 1990, Microsoft focused on their own Windows operating system, while IBM continued to develop OS2 Warp by themselves. Windows 3.0 had the advantage over OS2 because it was pre-installed on most computers and had better drive compatibility, unlike OS2, which had to be bought for a high price and installed separately. You are going to be trying out OS2 Warp 4, released in 1996, which has cross-compatibility with Windows 3.11, as well as the ability to use speech recognition to control your computer with your voice. Okay.
What with the system error?
Huh?
What's with the system error?
Just click OK.
Is that a normal thing? And the mouse doesn't
Hopefully
work?
not. It's a black mouse.
What does that mean?
There we go, OS2 Warp. This does have speech recognition, but you can't use speech recognition because there's no driver. They didn't write a driver back in 1996 that would be compatible with this 2010 microphone or my 2008 webcam. Okay, so you're ready. Your first task is, what time is it?
9:01 PM and 15 seconds.
Okay, fantastic. Now, what do you think of the user interface? Does it look like something from 1996?
It looks very similar to Windows 95 with all the icons down the side, except instead of a start menu here, it looks as if it's got some sort of a menu there at the top. Oh, what's this? Shredder. I'd assume that's trash.
Probably,
recycle
yeah.
bin or trash. That's funny, shredder. Oh well, you'd still understand exactly what it means. That's logical. Yeah, okay. Open, save, open, write,
so
and save a text document now?
Yep, create, save and open it.
Yeah, create first. Okay. I don't know what that is. What's that? Warp Center. What is with this warp?
It was a very popular word back then.
Yeah.
And I'm being serious, that's why it actually was that.
I'm just going to have a little look here. Flashlight. To find... I'll find... That's probably like a search bar or something. Oh, that's funny. Oh, they do close at that. Okay.
Notice...
Well, that's got a line through it, so you don't use that one.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Well, it's saying what everything is.
What is that? I missed it. It went too quick. Initiate OS 12 shutdown.
It's actually OS2. OS and then it's got a /2.
Oh, okay. Disk space monitor. Alright, back then they used disks.
We
FAT.
actually use disk now. Although we don't use FAT anymore, we use NTFS.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking floppy disk.
Oh, no.
Stuff, yeah.
It's actually referring to the actual disk of the computer, the hard disk.
So they're the drivers, printers, volume, system startup. You know what? I'm not sure where it is. Assistance Center. I need some assistance, so I'll go there.
Desktop icons for a couple double clicks.
Yeah, I just realised. Warp tutorial. Okay, I might do that.
Okay,
No.
we'll try it.
No,
No, try it. See if it will actually tell you how to do it. That you didn't know how to do something.
It's got to be fair with other operating systems. For instance, I didn't listen to the Windows 8 tutorial, so I really shouldn't. This is just to test how user-friendly
it is without tutorials.
Yeah, so how, from instinct, how can you navigate around?
Well, I don't think you should be in the Assistance Center then.
No.
Oh, you maximised.
Okay. Close?
Yep. So do you think that close button is logical?
Well, I found it.
It's not an
straight
X.
away. I know it's not an X, but it's where the X should be, and it's got a line through it, which means it gets rid of something. So that's how I look at it anyway. Connections. Well, I'm assuming you've connected it all up correctly. Programs.
Internet connection it's referring to.
Oh, okay. Windows programs. Maybe it's in there because this is a Windows thing.
Well, remember, this isn't Windows, this is OS2 Warp. This is actually, was slightly developed by Microsoft for a bit, but now it's IBM that's developing it.
Okay, so it shouldn't really have Windows programs.
Well, it actually has Windows programs. Literally, it has Windows programs.
Okay.
As in, you can literally run Windows 3.1 from this.
Okay, well, I'm not going to find... Oh, I keep maximising it all the time.
Notice the maximise button is in the place the close button usually is.
Yeah, and that's why I keep using it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Web Explorer. Okay, well, I know where I'm going to find that later. Set Netscape Navigator. Oh, well, I'm not going to be steering a ship, so forget about that.
Netscape Navigator is actually a internet browser. Netscape. It was kind of...
But that looks to me as if it's an internet browser. Look, Web Explorer.
Yeah. Do you think that's a pretty good name for it?
Yes, it is, because it says exactly what it is. It's
So
even...
do you think it's got a better name than Firefox? If it's a web browser, just call it a Firefox. Then I know it's a Firefox thing.
I know.
I mean, just call it a web browser. Then I know it's a Firefox
well,
thing.
I would know exactly what that is.
Okay, so that's better than Firefox in
Yeah.
naming wise.
Yeah, I guess it
What
is.
about the interface of it? Open it.
Oh, I prefer a world with a little fox on it, actually, rather
Okay.
than this.
Were you going to open it?
There is no
You're not
connection.
connected. Would you like to connect?
Does it actually do that? Well, but isn't the modem already connected to it?
No.
Why
You
not?
can click connect now if you want.
And will it connect?
Now you've just got to log in with your IBM dial-up password.
Oh, how would I know what that is?
Well, weren't you around back in 1996 with an IBM dial-up?
Yeah, but I didn't have this warp system thing. I wasn't actually even using a computer back then. I was using one at school, and then for years, raising you, I wasn't using a computer, and then
Okay.
I only went back to it in the last...
Well, come on. Where's text? Where are you going to write your document?
I don't know, this is really...
Imagine if you're at the office right now. Ron said, "Come on, Diana, where's your document?"
Well, I'd have to open up my own laptop and do it from the...
No, it's 1996. You don't have your own laptop. Although laptops did exist back then.
Okay, get rid of all of that stuff. I really can't find it. What are these three buttons?
I can give you a little clue if you want.
Yeah.
Pretend OS2 Warp on the taskbar. It had a start button.
Oh. Okay. I would not have guessed that was a menu because it just looks to me like another one of these boxes. And wait a sec, if I put my... And it doesn't even...
Start
Oh, it
application
does.
or open object.
Okay, it does. I missed it. That obviously that picture there is not good to...
It's not good, so it's not like the start in
Yeah,
Windows.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that was what it was. Well, I'm assuming it's some sort of a word program. But it doesn't look as if it's in there. Applications. Maybe it's an application.
No
There are
objects.
no objects in there. Lovely.
It has Java, by the way. And it can actually run Firefox.
Yep.
Not the newest, but it can run a version of Firefox.
Well, Windows programs.
Program Manager.
I'm looking for Word, which is a Windows thing, isn't it? Word. But it's not there.
Now you're running
right.
Windows 3.11 inside of OS2 Warp.
Well, I want to write something, so I'm assuming that will help
Double
me
click.
write. Okay.
I want you to see something though at the same time with this. Notice the whole interface has changed Look at the close button now. It's completely different to OS2 Warp because you are now pretty much running Windows 3.11 instead of OS2 Warp.
Okay.
4.
And it's lost its little X button, or it's lost its little line.
Because
box.
this is the actual Windows 3.1 kind of interface. So now you've just changed operating systems practically.
I don't know how to close that. Just get rid of it.
Oh, come on. You've done it before. And why aren't you writing something?
Oh, wait a sec. I did write something.
What? Aren't you going to save it then?
Okay, I'm assuming that's to get out of it. Doesn't it? File, save. Okay, there we go. Just dock will do.
Where does it look like it's saving? Where's it saying?
In the C drive?
C drive, OS2, MS-DOS, Windows OS2.
So it's saving it in this.
We'll see if you can find that file now. Okay? Okay, now quit and see if you can find that. Do you want to find it from within Windows or do you want to find it within OS Warp 4?
Oh, that's a new document.
Yep.
Okay, I'll get rid of all of these. File manager. I'm wondering if it's in there. Is it here? Dock, right, there it is.
Yep.
Found it.
Congratulations, you found it using Windows 3.11 but not OS Warp 4.
Am I supposed to be using Warp?
You've changed operating systems.
I want to get out of this one.
You've done Windows 3.11.
I've done it and it was a nightmare. I don't want to do it again. I still can't get it after the second go. Now I can't even close this
You're
one.
not allowed to close that.
Why not?
Because it's a file manager.
Oh, well, get rid of it then. Take it down there.
Now where's OS Warp 4 gone?
And close. Close. Just get rid of all these things. Yes, I do want to end that session. So now I'm in OS.
Now you're back in this operating system again. Okay, so your next task is...
Well, I haven't even done it properly in the OS2 Warp. How did you create a document in this instead of Windows?
Well, I don't know if it came with a document writer, so instead of making their own, I think they just used the Windows one. They're like, okay, well, this operating system doesn't have a document writer. Here's one, just borrowed from Windows.
You're kidding me. Didn't you check this out before you let me try it?
I did. I searched for a way to write documents for a few hours and I couldn't find one.
Really?
Yes. You can even run DOS in this as well. You can run DOS, Windows 3.11. This is really filled packed with a bunch of stuff. What do those look like to you?
I don't know, just hardware type stuff.
How about you now try to do what's 2,856 divided by 68?
Well, calculator was where I just was. Okay, let me get into this. Programs. Let me see if there's... Oh, there's still no objects in there. When is it?
Well, the objects don't just appear. You've got to put your objects into the applications.
I saw a calculator in the other thing, but I think that was in the Windows. And I don't want to go in the Windows again.
By the way, let me show you something. Look at this. What's that? Notepad.
Oh,
Calculator.
this is
Well,
in the Warp,
click the...
isn't it? So Notepad.
No.
But Notepad could be opening up.
Nah. As you notice, it says the word Win. It's actually Windows.
Oh,
So it's accessing the calculator and stuff. See, that's Windows. See that Windows 3.1 look?
Oh, right.
So this is the actual Windows 3.1 calculator.
So the Warp doesn't come with anything by itself?
No, it doesn't come with the calculator, so it borrows it from Windows.
Okay.
It's a really good system, isn't it? They've really pre-packed everything. See, everything they don't have, they just take from another system. They're like, you know what, we don't have this, but here you go. Have it. From Windows 3.1. Anyway, so...
Calculate.
What's 2,856 divided by 68?
42.
Fantastic. Okay, next is I'll customize the look of the computer.
Well, see what happens if I right click. What if it's properties? Let me just see what the other things are. Well, I found Shutdown, so that's good. Properties. Desktop. Well, I want to change the... Maybe... No, it doesn't look like it. Icon. Maybe if I change the icon.
Well, no, not right-clicking it. That's if you want to change the icon, not the background.
No.
I'll give you a clue.
I would assume the background would be in... Oh, wait a sec. What's his back? Background. I found it.
Yeah. Now, what background do you want?
What's the difference between desktop and background?
Desktop is stuff to do with the desktop, and background is stuff to do with the desktop background.
But isn't the background the desktop?
No, the desktop is stuff including your icons and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's the one that I've already got. It doesn't seem to come with any choices, does it?
Close that.
Okay.
It's a little message and it's appearing over the actual thing where you change the background.
Oh.
So what one would you like? Another clue, there's more than two.
Oh, it was all the way at the end. Okay.
Yeah. Try not to do a logo or something. Try to do something
Ocean.
else. There we go, the lovely 16-bit Ocean.
Oh, boy.
This operating system was...
That looks like something your sister would draw. Honestly.
Well, it's 16-bit, so they don't have the full range of colours. Anyway...
Can't they just get a photo? I mean...
Yes, that is a photo, but the computer can't display it properly because it's in 16-bit.
Okay, it's terrible.
If it was in 32-bit, it would look a bit more like a real photo with more colours. But it's got a limited colour palette, so it can't show everything.
Actually, that reminds me of my first computer, a TRS-80 16-bit. I remember getting that as a kid.
Okay, but that was text-based.
Yeah, it was.
And how did you manage?
Oh, I don't know, I managed much better.
How did you write a Word document? How did you save files?
I didn't write Word documents as a kid, I just played games on it.
Okay, and how did you play games?
Inserted a, wasn't a disc, it was a cartridge.
Okay, and what did you type in?
Didn't have to type in anything. As soon as you insert the cartridge, it starts.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that sounds intuitive, but the last task is to, if you're not already absolutely sick of this operating system, would you like to explore it yourself, or do you just want to shut this thing down?
I think I pretty much already explored it when I was looking through all the things.
I'll show you something that does, just to show you that it does come with applications. Over here, there's a tutorial. It also has other stuff that hopefully isn't stolen from other operating systems. Utilities. But that looks like... picture viewer, there you go, it's got something. And it's even got chess.
2 games.
Yes! And here's chess. There you go, and look at those fantastic graphics.
Actually, that's not bad. That seems a bit better than the ocean background.
Yeah, well there we go. Now turn off the computer. And I'll give you a clue, there's 2 ways. You can right click and do that way, but don't do that.
Okay, I was going to try the menu way.
There is a way to turn off the computer. And you've actually looked at it and said, I won't click that. It looks like you're not supposed to click it.
Yeah, that's right, there's that thing.
Are you sure you want to shut down the system?
Yeah, I do. I don't like it.
Shutdown is complete. It's safe to turn off your computer.
Okay, lovely.
What do you think?
I don't know, I really don't like that one.
So if it was 1996 right now, would you be using Windows 95
Yeah.
or would you be using OS to Warp 4?
No, I'd be using Windows 95, definitely, because, I mean, this one seems to borrow a lot from Windows 3.1, which I didn't like anyway. And also, it has a lot of symbols in it that it's not easy to understand what it is, except for the Web Explorer. I mean, that's extremely logical. And also with this, there seems like multiple ways to do things, like to turn it off. But no, I don't like it. Didn't like it.
And as you know, this kind of failed and it died out in 2001, so it went all the way then, and it was even running on ATMs. Like in Australia, literally ATMs would be running OS Warp 4. But do you think it would have failed? Because remember, it failed because Microsoft's Windows was much more successful and it kind of took the lead because it was pre-installed. This you had to buy separately and install it yourself. Do you think if this was pre-installed and Windows was something you had to actually download, install yourself, do you think it would have been more successful still, or do you think this would have been more successful?
Well, look, once something is installed, if you can't do it yourself, get somebody else to help you, but once it's installed, up and running, the real test is how you navigate through, how easy is it to do the tasks that you need to do, on a day-to-day basis. So the installation part of it to me is irrelevant because you could pay somebody to install it for you. The real test is how intuitive the system is in navigating your way through it and doing your day-to-day tasks.
Okay, so if it was 1996,
Windows 95.
You'd bought this computer and it came with this Warp 4 system.
I'd delete this Warp 4 and install Windows 95.
Even if you'd never tried Windows 95 and you didn't know what it was going to be like, would you think, should I try it out? Would you try it out, or would you think Warp 4 is pretty good?
No, I don't think I would think Warp 4 because I found it hard to find my way around. And if I went to a friend's house and installed Windows 95...
You would think, wow, that looks...
That looks good, yeah. Okay. I'd think that. So, no, I don't like this one at all.
Well, see ya.
Bye.